No, hi there, stargazers. I hope you guys are having a beautiful evening wherever you guys are at or wherever this video finds you. So, just before I start, I want to say that when I begin to channel or I begin to go ahead and get what one would call downloads, I can sometimes stutter, I can sometimes speak fast. So, please be patient with me. I usually do this more in person, but today, the energy is very strong in the sense of what I'm feeling. And whenever I get this energy, it can be a little intense for me. We're going to get started. You guys should be seeing the numbers. Don't be scared. 666 13 69 88 33 47. So, to start off right now, there's a lot of procrastination, there's a lot of doubt coming in. And it's funny that it's coming in at the beginning of a new cycle. I feel that whoever this video finds, you are starting a new cycle in the sense of it's your time. Everything that you've had to endure, as far as maybe getting picked on, maybe being the black sheep of the family, to where you're made to feel a certain type of way. And it's like maybe you're trying and it's not a lot or it's not the best effort that you're doing in someone else's eyes. Know this, that whenever you're going forward in life, it does not matter what other people think the progress should have been. You need to go ahead and know that the progress you've made for yourself, it may not be big for anyone else, but whether it's a small step or a big step, you have taken that step, and that itself is progress. That itself is the strength to at least have the mindset to want to go ahead and know that, you know what, maybe this isn't resonating with me anymore. Maybe this is the time where I need to stop and maybe be different in my actions. That is progress, the mind. But if you are in the part right now where you have done the work and you're doing the work, but you're just not receiving the results that you want, that doesn't mean it's not going to come in. And this is the part where it gets hard because you're basically being asked to release the expectation of whatever it is that you expect to come in. But I can speak on this part for myself in the sense of when I wanted something and I didn't end up getting what I wanted, it came in a bigger and better way for me. I'm not saying that we're not going to have a hard times in life, but even though you may have hard times, it's about knowing that all these things are happening, but you have to go ahead and know that whether you're angry, whether you're upset, these emotions are valid. But it's about taking that emotion and letting it go and holding it to where it causes you to be stressed, to causes you to have anxiety or just overthinking and you're just not at peace. If it comes to peace, you should be at peace within your mind or at least have that. And if you don't have that, you are not really free or you're not really enjoying life. As long as you're doing something within the way that you want, by following your heart, and that you are doing it because you have fun and you enjoy doing it, that is when the abundance will come. It will only come if it's sincere, and it's like there is no getting ahead in life in this part. There is no cheating. It's like starting off to go ahead and break generational curses in the sense of maybe your family or maybe ancestors within your family too have been wanting this to happen, and you're the one that they chose to come get it done. Whether that be starting your own business, whether that be breaking addiction, you're going to be the one who does it. And you have come so far to throw in the towel. So ask yourself, or you know what? Not ask yourself, give yourself actually credit. Give yourself credit, hug yourself and tell you, like, I'm proud of myself. Because I have pushed forward. I take a look at where you once were and look at where you are now. And if you feel like you can't resonate with this part, you must keep going then. In the sense, if you feel like you haven't had a part where you feel like your life has got better, if you sit down and really think to yourself, I'm pretty sure you'll find a reason to know that life should always go on or that you should always continue going forward. One reason being is because you woke up. There's some people who don't even get the chance to see tomorrow. Everyone has a different story, pretty much. But know that what you feel is valid and what you're going through is valid. But perhaps the reason you're missing out on things, or that you felt that you lacked at something, that you weren't given the love, the attention, the time of day, what that means is that you were meant to be that very gift. You were meant to be all that and so much more for someone, whether it be for someone or for having that for yourself at this point in time as you get to know yourself. And then when you fully know yourself, you become whole to go ahead and allow yourself to be around others who are also whole, who know themselves, to go ahead and come to you. It's like if you have these abilities, for example, how can this ability work if you don't believe in it yourself? It's about breaking the boundaries, standing on your own if you have to, even if people come against you. But remember, don't follow the flock or don't go with the whole group. Always ask questions. Ask yourself, does this really make me feel happy? Am I really happy in this time? Because you are deserving of being happy. You are deserving of everything that it is that you want. Because like I always say, Dios tiene para todos. Procrastination, the holding back, wanting to throw in the towel, you really have been hurt. And it's like, no, really, like, anyone could say that they've been hurt, but no, it's like, whether it be in a relationship, but I'm also getting hurt in the sense of a child. Maybe you were bullied, you were picked on. And I want to say that you had a loving family, that you were very loved and supported. But it may not have been the way that you had wanted. But it also gives me a sense, too, that there is trauma within the family, or maybe you were made to feel a certain type of way, or that you were always looked down on. Maybe you finally feel like this is the moment where you're going to throw in the towel, where you feel like your mind is finally going to give out and you're going to have like a mental breakdown. You're going to not be conscious, not be aware. It's like if you're there, but you're like a zombie, and it's like there's a fear because you're just overthinking. You're no longer at a form of peace because every time you wake up, it's anxiety. It's the need to rush, need to go ahead and feel like I have to get something done, when it's like you're not living your life in a comfortable way. You are going really fast and you're putting yourself in the future in the sense of what's going to happen then and there, when in reality, we can have certain clues that are all around us if we're open to them. But you need to go ahead and pause and just let whatever the sadness is out, or cry it out, and just know that it's okay to cry. And even with sadness, it is an emotion that must be felt, or it needs to be felt, because it is such a beautiful emotion. The fact that you can feel, the fact that you feel this beautiful emotion while we were alive. It is about experiencing every aspect of every emotion that we can, whether it's stubbing your toe, hitting yourself, falling down, the first heartbreak, the things that often we want to protect ourselves or our younger ones from, which is heartbreak, betrayal, loss, or anything that, God forbid, have them be taken away from us. It's about doing everything that you can right now in this very moment. Embracing every touch, smell, sensation, hearing, because those are the greatest gifts that we have right now that we are not taking advantage of. You're as evolved as you say that you are, that you're an adult, and that you know what? You know right from wrong. And it doesn't mean that you have to go down to someone else's level. And again, you can say, I'm crazy or whatever, this and that. And the thing is, that's fine. But I'm not going to put myself in an energy where it's so simple to go ahead and be rude to one another, where it's so simple to go ahead and just be like everyone else would be, in the sense of wanting to fight or wanting to stir the pot. It's like, no, I have no reason to argue back because I'm so confident within myself that I know myself, and that's how everyone needs to be. And stop giving your power away in situations that are below. When it comes to someone wanting to stir the pot with you, when it comes to someone picking at you or wanting to fight or just belittle you, that means you have something within you that is irritating or bringing something that they want to radiate. But we need to go ahead and calm down, take a breath, and even if you have no support at this time, where you feel that you have no one to cry to or talk to, you're gonna feel like you're alone. And the thing is, Maybe this is a time for you to dive into spirituality, get to know your guides, your angels, and whether you believe in the afterlife or not, or you don't believe that there's anything. What does it hurt to go ahead and give something a different try as far as your mindset? I know for myself and in my world, and my videos, something crazy always happens, but there's just something that is beautiful. And that's just the best way I can say it. It's such a beauty in just knowing that to feel the air, to feel the breeze, whether you think you are blessed or you're having a hard time in life, there's always someone in a situation much more different. And the way that you move through these emotions and these feelings is that you move with them because they're not meant to be disregarded. That is the best part about being what you call a human. I don't consider myself human though, but I'm just in my world. I have a very different way. My imagination is my everything, and it's about having your inner child. It's about healing all your traumas, letting go of everything, and knowing at this point in life, I have no reason to be upset. I have no reason to be angry. I have no reason to be sad, and I have no reason to cry no more. And even though I may have these emotions, I embrace them, I welcome them, I feel them, but I let them go. If someone or something is in your life that it does not benefit you or it does not suit you to your higher self, and is it distracting you? Is it making you procrastinate? Is it isolating you? If you are resonating with this is the time now to go ahead and maybe take a break, to relax. Cut something off. Maybe you're smoking too much, maybe you're drinking too much, maybe you're partying too much, or just, and it's not in a form of like a judgment or in a bad way, but it's coming in a sense of like, that's always gonna be there. But are you okay? I need you to snap back into it. Like, are you okay? Like, ask yourself in front of a mirror, am I okay? And ask yourself, why do I feel this way? A lot of our memories have been wiped or have been suppressed. I'm gonna help you get that back, and the way you're gonna do that is you're gonna start saying to yourself in the mirror when you look at yourself, and only if you want to see results, you have to be serious within this. You have to have a love for yourself to know that, you know what, there has to be so much more to life than this, that I'm gonna push forward, or that I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for myself. People stop believing in magic or stop believing in the power of miracles because it's been wiped out of us to just think that there's an answer for everything. And the thing is, you don't have to have an answer. You don't have to see to believe. But for those who have believed without seeing, you are so special because you grounded an element into this reality. So for those who have kept in faith, your moment is coming up, and it's probably feeling like, yeah, right. I don't feel that way at all because it's one thing after the other. I'm getting turbulence within relationships. Is turning to the opposites of sides, not sleeping to where you really love someone. Sometimes you face sleeping towards them. They can't keep their hands off of you. It's always like they want to hold you. They want to be around you. And it's like there's a separation or disconnection. Maybe there's arguments. It's one partner not wanting to go ahead and think that they're prideful. And again, this can relate to anyone. But I'm trying to be as specific as I can. And it's also giving me a sense of some of you are probably not even in a relationship with this person. But it's like you're putting yourself in a sense of lack because you are settling for things that are not fulfilling you, that are not making you happy. You know what it is that you want and that you desire. So whenever you are straightforward and say that, and someone's not wanting to hear that or wanting to reciprocate that, why do you settle for less? Maybe you were that very blessing to that person to go ahead and allow them to be like, you know what? While she walked away or while he walked away, that's attractive in the sense because you have dignity, you know yourself. And that is also a blessing to that person because we each meet certain people for a certain reason. And whatever that reason be, is to go ahead and make you aware. To be aware in the sense of living in the now. Also, being conscious with everything, but taking the time to have gratitude for everything. If you love someone, yes, you can go ahead and do your best to help them. But it is also okay to stand up for yourself and love yourself to the sense of saying, you know what, this has to be an equal partnership. When it's happening on an everyday basis where it's constant, that is the point where it's no longer okay, because if you are no longer happy, it needs to be communicated first and foremost. If you're married, always communicate, because if you don't have communication, that's already a strike right there. If you don't have trust, that's the second strike. So if you have two strikes out of three, that's your answer. And I'm not saying that it can be worked on or it can be changed, but there needs to be the other 50% that has to want to be the change. Maybe you guys drink a little bit to see if that'll help, and it's just giving me like a silence. It's like you're able to talk for a certain amount of time, and the one who's more eager to like excited have this workout just can't stop talking, and then there's the one who is just quiet. And maybe you have a form of trauma that was maybe caused for this person, and it's like maybe they know that they made the mistake but they want to move forward. For some reason right now at this time you're not able to. And maybe the reality is you don't forgive. And it was not okay for you to have dealt with what you've dealt with. And maybe in the sense where if this resonates, you still find a reason to feel bad for that person. Because there is an ultimate love. But maybe you're just not in love, is what's coming through. It doesn't mean that you wish them ill will. It doesn't mean that you cut the ties off with them. But it's about saying, if something is not fulfilling you now in this time, now is the time to go ahead and walk away. To close the door, because your lesson has been completed. And it may not be a lesson of wanting to go through or experience. Being realistic, even though I say which manifest, you have to be delusional, but being realistic in the sense of, are you happy? And are you doing things the right way? Because remember, the way you play game in life, or you play the game in life, is whatever you do, you could say karma or whatever, but whatever you do will be basically played back on you. You're repeating the same cycle if you are that person who just doesn't feel the need to go ahead and treat anybody with a certain respect. If you were being unfaithful, if you were lying, if you were cheating, if you were talking to several people, there's still love for you, but it's in the sense of, do you have that love for yourself? And that maybe you have a lot of healing to do if you are the one who's doing that. But again, there is no judgments. It's just in the sense of, sometimes people are going to keep doing what they're going to do until either they make the right one and that person walks away and teaches this person, you know what, I love you. You know what, at this point, it's no longer us, it's me. It's me having to check in. It's me having to do all this. I deserve to be loved. And if you can communicate, then that is the first way to solve the relationship issue. But if you can't talk, or you're not made to feel that you're able to express yourself, again, that's another cue. But basically, it's about knowing your worth at this point in time, at closing the door in a loving way. And sometimes someone can really value something is when they lose it, so that they really know what it was that they had. It's the reality check. You're gonna be the ones that are like in a group that I'm seeing first. It's giving like a red, pink, purple, dark blue. You need to ground yourself and just breathe. And remember, whatever is happening is gonna be happening. But if you're in a bad place, whether it be with your health, whether it be with your work life, whether it be with your dating life, whatever it is meant to happen the way it's gonna happen. But whatever happens, it does not get to dictate that your life is less than, or that you still cannot live life to the way that you want. And if you really have something that you want to do, whether it be creating a podcast, whether it comes to doing an art show, whether it comes to just, if you're a performer, just in whatever it is that you want, go ahead and go forward now at this time. Who cares what people think? Have your boundaries up. Start becoming whatever it is that you want to be. And if someone should inspire you, be inspired, but do it in your own way. Your time is going to be now. And if that resonates with you as far as what I just described, and you feel like you're isolated most of the time, you're being asked to go ahead and go out more. Put yourself in situations that you love, or go do things that you love. So yes, that's what I'm getting as far as this whole thing is that you're entering a new cycle, guys. But it may not feel like that because it feels like it's heavy right now. And if we as a collective, we come together, much more of us in the group, family stargazers, basically we're gonna create that energy of having endless miracles, infinite abundance. Because where I'm from, Dios tiene para todos. Can you imagine? I'm just kidding. No, he does. But yes, we're gonna pull some cards as far as the energy I just read. So we're gonna get a significant card as far as what's going on right now.